Good afternoon, Dr. Grissom, and this is going to be for phase three, all the code. And so the first one was just installing Flutter already. As you know, I was in your mobile app class, so I already had that installed. So there's nothing to show there. And then the second one was this read and write. And this whole phase, we're working with Bluetooth devices and connecting the MS core to the phone. And that's what this first one's doing. It's just reading, and then you can actually write to it. So first, you need to start off with your libraries. Again, the device is the actual device, the Bluetooth device library. And then you need the server library, which is the client, which is kind of like an API call there. And then you obviously need the M5 core too, like always. So after that, then we always declare our variables, which is pretty simple. And then false, and then you'll see it will be true. Then we actually have to define our service UIDs, which we can generate using this thing, as you showed in the video. I just used the ones that you gave me, but you can generate new ones just to, again for the project like the Bluetooth game. And then we have our server callback methods, which again we have a class. Then it helps to see if the connect, it helps the device to connect and see if it is, and then this disconnects the device to see if it's disconnected. And then after here, again, you initiate your device, which again, it's my M5 Core 2, starting the device. And then callback is connected to see if it's connected or disconnected. The property to read and write. The hello world from myself. And then it grabs the overall Bluetooth device capabilities, which you talked about with this specific code, and then that functions and helps the iPhone connection issues, which is very important because, especially with iPhone, Android is very non-protected. It's very engineering. It's open. You can experiment with it. iPhone is very encrypted, static, and linear. And so, again, I have an iPhone, so you'll see what I mean there in a minute. And then it will see define. You can read and write with your phone. We commented this out because we're using the unsigned integer instead, and then this grabs the first string using two. We'll only grab the first one. So again, you can only grab the first one, but if you use two, it's just going to grab the first one in the thing, and then this obviously updates the timer. If you go to serial, as you can see, it is connected to my phone, and I will be sending images, but it has the binary, and then it has the hex, and then converted to the X to the UTF string. It says hello BLE world from Liam. So, yep, that is the first one. And moving on to the second one, we have basically. So this one took me a while, and the reason is because number one, the iPhone sucks, like in terms of like connecting this and getting it working. Number two, the Bluetooth like was giving so many problems. My files got corrupted at one point. So I just did what you did in the video and suggested and switched to Bluetooth Plus, which is still getting up to date. And so that didn't give me any problems. So first, obviously, we import our darts, then our Flutter packages. Again, we've done this before. Then our constants, which is our UID, same thing. IAM core, run the app, always need that. And when using Dart, then the class, pass the key, and then the actual state, which is managed, because this is just not going to change. Then it's my core, and then through that, our Bluetooth variables, and then again our Blue Plus, which again I had to change some of this because it was blue, but again Flutter Blue Plus because again Flutter Blue doesn't work. Then this cancels the device once it's scanned, and then ensures all permissions are requested in case they hit for the first time. And then this connects to the blue target, and then this connects from that BLE device, target device, is given to a connected target device, which is the M core 2, and then that writes data into that text field, and then through that parameter, and then targets that BLE characteristic. Then it reads that data from the targeted BLE characteristic, and then this describes again the layout and bindings, which is the widgets, which again just right actions, status, elevated button. Again, standard Flutter stuff when you're doing it. And then I had a couple notes when I was watching the videos. You were getting a lot of issues with Bluetooth not working because it's on an emulator and not an iPhone. So yeah, that makes sense because this is not going to have a Bluetooth device in it. So again, you would have to connect your iPhone and no security check to identify aka plug inside of Samsung to have a Bluetooth device inside of it. And then what you would connect to is the M2 core, and then read it. What was the and then it would do the list of integers, which is 4 bytes. And then through that, it'd be the device would just keep reading the value, so it interrupts the string. Hello world, hello world, and then it would do that into an integer. And then you can also do this into a byte and then get the data, and it would return to a byte. And then fixing this iPhone problem in Flutter requires checking trusted computer prompts, which I did, and then enabling developer mode and verifying Xcode setup. I could not get this working for the life of me, but I do. So for the Bluetooth game, all I did was connect two devices because the iPhone is just so encrypted and annoying to get working. I just could not. I spent like 2 hours on it. I was like, okay, you know what? I think he'll be fine with me just telling what it would do. But yeah, you would ensure the permissions, and then you would scan. Once it scans all the devices, it would show up down here in the terminal. Then through that you would connect, and then you would just press read, and then once it reads it, you would be on your phone. But again, I have to use that app, the blue light app, because again, if I don't, everything is encrypted to the max. So I think that wraps it up. Um, Other than that, it was really just two, and then the first one would be to install Flutter. The second one is to learn how to read and write from an Unified Core device to your phone, and then the third one is to connect an emulator, running it, and then having that app run on your phone and connect that to the device. Then the fourth one would just be a bunch of templates used for the Bluetooth game and the lab. Oh no, sorry, not the lab, the project. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. Thank you.